Reprographic services on records. When archival materials are extremely fragile, heavily used, deteriorating, or highly valuable, it is common for archival institutions to reproduce the materials and make the copies available for research use. The originals are then kept in safe storage or sent for conservation treatment. Facsimile copying of records and archives helps preserve materials in two ways. First, making one or more copies multiplies access to the information embodied within a book or document. Second, copying limits the use of the original work, saving it from wear and tear. Systematic copying of materials at risk is an essential element in preservation programs. There are a number of methods of reproduction or reprography, including microfilming, photocopying, photographic reproduction, and digitization. At present, 4 types of copying are considered suitable in an archival environment. These include A. Microfilming, B. Photocopying onto permanent paper, C. Photography using archival quality black and white film, and D. Imaging or scanning materials into an electronic form. Microforms. Microfilming is one of the major means of reproducing and preserving records and archives. Microfilming is also a valuable way to provide security or reference copies of recorded information, either in offices or in archival institutions. Microfilming. The photographic process of creating miniaturized images of records on high-resolution film. Microfilming concentrates information into a compact and relatively easy-to-use form so that information from many records may be stored in a small space and read using microfilm or microfiche readers. Actual microfilm is a long reel of film much like moving picture film. While microfilm is a good way to store a large body of information, users must scroll through entire reels in order to reach documents toward the end. This process means it can be difficult to find information quickly on microfilm. Microfiche is a sheet of film onto which images have been copied. It is easier to go directly to a particular document using microfiche, but a sheet of microfiche film does not hold as many images as does a reel of microfilm. Both types of films are referred to collectively as microforms. As a preservation medium, microfilming has several advantages over photocopying and ordinary photography. First, it dramatically reduces, by up to 90%, the space required for keeping large collections of records, archives, or information. Second, although it is not inexpensive to produce initially, microfilm is relatively low cost to duplicate and ship, making it publishing textual research materials. Third, a properly produced microfilm copy is recognized legally as an acceptable substitute for originals, protecting the records from unnecessary handling. However, microfilming is a black and white medium, and it is difficult to copy color originals effectively. Microfilming can reduce the space required for storage by as much as 90%. There are many other benefits to copying records and archives onto microforms. These benefits include providing multiple copies of records within or outside the archival institution without damaging or risking originals, preserving the original order of records, preventing disorder or loss of information, ensuring the safe preservation of information through the provision of security copies of documents, protecting original records by providing copies for research use, saving money, particularly in an office environment, through reductions on storage space, the increase in speed of retrieval, and improved security. There are drawbacks to microfilming, including the following. Poorly organized records will be more difficult to use on microfilm, as disorganized information is more difficult to retrieve. Microfilming is costly and so, if poorly planned, can be a heavy expense without adequate benefits. In many countries, microfilm copies of records may not be admissible in a court of law. The preservation of microfilm requires good quality environmental conditions, which can be difficult to achieve.